Today we are doing something really exciting. It is the start of January. I am feeling really locked in, really motivated, and so ready to make this year the best year yet. And if you want the same, then you should watch this video. Today, I am going to be making my own personal curriculum. I spoke about this in a previous video about it being something that I was thinking about doing, something that we are going to do together today. Disclaimer, I have never done this before and I am not a professional at it. However, I am going to be showing you my process of making it, how I plan to structure it and realistically fit it into my lifestyle as a very busy girl, my own business, and also maintain a really good work-life balance. I still really want to do it because I feel like I spend way too much of my sort of downtime doom scrolling and telling myself this is my relaxing time. But although you don't have to be productive 24 hours a day and you do need time to do nothing, I just feel like there are still better things I could be doing with my time that is still relaxing but not killing my brain. So I came to the conclusion of a personal curriculum. It's going to give me a little bit more purpose. I'm not just going to be scrolling on random podcasts and forgetting the information afterwards. There's going to be a little bit more of a process to the things I'm consuming. Help me to teach you guys some stuff. Business as well. I'm planning to include a few topics that could help my clients. So yeah, I've got quite a few reasons to make one. If this sounds like something that you're interested in doing, then let's do it together. You also don't even need like a really good reason to make one. If you are just interested in something and want to learn more about it, or you've got loads of things that you want to learn about and you're like saving them all on TikTok and you just keep forgetting to go and look them up, then this is something that will benefit you as well. We're gonna get straight into it. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I think it's because I don't know what I'm doing, but like, let's give it a go. So I've watched loads of YouTube videos on how to make one. Everybody does it slightly differently. I am a pen to paper girl rather than a typing girl. I just feel like the information stays in my brain a lot longer and I just like writing. So I actually want to get myself an A4 binder and I'm gonna split the topics into the binder as if I'm like at school and I'm like doing a subject. So I think that's the way I want to make mine. However, I have seen people do them online, like on Notion. So I feel like that's an alternative you could do. Without further ado, let's get into it. Glasses are on, she's ready. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take pen and paper and I'm going to just jot down loads of different topics I'm interested in. This is what quite a few of the girls have done. So I'm just going to think of loads of different topics that interest me. So many come to mind already. And I'm just going to make a note of them as broad topics. Okay, so I've come up with a few and I've tried to split them really smart because I want them to link with my business and I also kind of want them to link to each other. So I've picked 3 topics because I don't want to give myself loads and then like really overwhelm myself. I've picked 3 main topics and the 3 topics I'm going to go with is psychology, health/fitness and witchcraft/spirituality. The health, fitness and psychology I feel like all link, but then again I also feel like the psychology and spirituality also link. So there is like a connection between everything. It's very clear what I'm interested in. I'm just looking at these now and I'm like, there's so many things that I could learn. These topics are so broad. So now I'm gonna try and break them down a bit into what actually interests me about each topic. And then we're going to go from there.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I'm going to show you what my page looks like because I have tried to jot down some of the main things I want to be doing. I don't really know if you can see this, but I've split it. So this is like term 1, semester 1, and I'm going to do that as quarter 1. I've got my 3 topics, which is psychology, health, fitness and then witchcraft, and then I've just jotted down some things that interest me in each section. And just to like go back, so this is term 1 and this is going to be my quarter 1. So some people do personal curriculums for the entire year, some do it for like a certain period. I'm going to do it for a certain period, but if you've watched my other video, I spoke a lot about this thing called quarterly planning rather than yearly planning. If you haven't, you should go check that out. This is just going to be for my quarter 1 period. What the girls did next was once they were clear on their main topics, these are like the subjects to make the actual lessons, so what each lesson would be like. Apparently there's also courses online. These will post their course outlines and their syllabuses, so I might have a little look at some of those as well, especially for like psychology, and just see the way they structure things. So I'm gonna look those up now, and then I'm gonna tell you what I find. Okay, I've done some research and I think I've picked my topics. So I was looking at a couple of the course outlines of some unis, and they kind of tell you. So I was looking up psychology specifically because it's so broad and there's just so much information that you can learn. I've nailed it down to human and behavioural psychology because I figured it's what I'm most interested in. I love people, I work with people all day long, so if I can understand people, then what can't I do? For the psychology, we're going to go with behavioural psychology, specifically behavioural economics. This isn't from the course outline, this is just something I've seen so many people talk about on social media and I'm so interested in it. So I want to look into that. Experimental psychology, brain to cognition. That was one of the units on the first module of uni, on like one of the course uni outlines for uni. Oh my god. Basically it was just a topic that uni was teaching, okay? So we're gonna go in with that. It was so tempting to write down so many more things, but I really want to keep it basic and build. I could write down like 15 things, but I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna just overwhelm myself and just drown in it. And I am also trying to take into consideration that I'm busy and I've got loads of other things to be doing, so this has really got to be somewhat minimal. My second topic is going to be specifically into nutrition rather than just health and fitness. I do actually have a nutritional qualification, so I do know a lot about it. However, I really just want to be up to date with all the current research. I feel like things are always changing, and I really want to delve into metabolic biochemistry specifically. And I also really want to look into the role and the development of different diets. So the qualification I specifically did was more weight loss and athletic performance, what I usually work on with clients. However, I'm so interested in the way different diets work, alternate methods to tracking calories, and there's more than just low carbs. It's going to be really prominent and it's going to really play in with my business as well. I feel like I'll be able to give my clients a lot of value from it very quickly as well. Third is witchcraft slash spirituality. I've always been interested in, and I do know more than the average person. However, I've been told time and time again that basically I should tap into my spiritual awareness a lot more than I currently do. So this is me attempting to do so. I love my crystals, like I have so many crystals in my room. However, I will be honest and say I don't know enough about them, you know, how to actually use them, what the different ones represent. I've got a crystal book called The Crystal Healer. I've read it like once, but I want to go back through it. I want to learn it properly. I want to learn how I can use my crystals to the best of my ability. Do some more work with sort of lunar cycles and manifestation. There's this girl on Substack who is all about witchcraft for beginners, and I'm obsessed with her. And she did this whole article on lunar cycles and how the moon affects us, and going into a full moon, and specifically I think it's like one day. I have the app on my phone. This is the app I downloaded, and the next full moon is, and like what phase we're going into. So like look at this little moon calendar. Basically, I just want to delve into that a little bit more and like actually test it out. That's going to be my course. That's a lot of information. So now what we need to do is work out the resources I'm going to be using. It's really important that you know where your resources are coming from. So I've heard. Find some Substack articles, YouTube videos. I'm going to find some podcasts. I'm going to have a little look through the books I already have, because I guarantee I have books on these topics and I don't even know it. So I'm going to look at a book or two that I could be reading. TED Talks. One of the girls said that you should go to the library and show them your course, and they apparently love this stuff. I'm gonna potentially even go into the library, show them my course outline and just say, do you have any recommended materials that I should be using. I'm gonna go and find all my resources and then I'm gonna show you what I find. Turn this camera around and I'm gonna show you Substack. So this is Substack. It's so much better than doomscrolling. It's so interesting. So the first thing is going to be behavioral economics. There are so many things on YouTube. I didn't really find anything on Substack for this, so I'm going to go ahead and write down the videos on YouTube that interest me. There's some TED Talks here. I've written down loads of things that I'm going to watch. This is basically what I'm just going to do, I think, for literally every topic. I'm just going to go ahead and basically do this for everything. I'm just going to show you the basic outline of my personal curriculum as I've decided to do it with an A4 binder rather than doing it online with Notion. Also got myself a notebook specifically for the information I'm going to be learning, so it's all in one place rather than being on scattered pieces of paper. This is just a complete blank notebook with lines and also with hole punchings so that I can put them straight into the folder. I created myself a basic outline. This is what the front of mine looks like, just so I know what's going to be inside of it. As I build this out, this is only term 1. I'm hoping to make the entire year by the end of 2026. So I will just add in each time I make a new term, and then I can just add more dividers and just basically fill this up. And on the front, the 3 topics and then the subtopics that I'm going to be going into as well. Forever stand on writing on pen to paper. I just think it keeps the brain alive. I hate sitting and typing things up on a computer. I just don't enjoy it. When I started mapping everything out, I feel like it was a little bit wishy-washy, so I've nailed down what I want to learn. I'm really excited for this, and I really want to show you guys my journey with it because I just want to know everything all the time. I'll be telling you the things I'm learning, and I'm going to keep you updated. And I'm really excited to come back at the end of term 1, and I'm going to teach you guys everything I've learned. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you have any tips for me or any resources on any of the topics I've spoken about, they would be greatly appreciated, and I'd love you forever. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck making your personal curriculum, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!